probably wondering what I'm doing right here. And I'm getting ready to show you what I'm doing. Before I do, I'm going to take a sip of this mineralized aqualite and ionite living refreshing water. In the description area, I'll be talking about a few things. I'll be talking about this and this. And there's also going to be a link to my coaching page, my free gift to you when you subscribe. How to build muscles, confidence muscles of the brain, so that you can continually overcome those scorpions that seem to be biting you quite a bit every single day. This is Santos Rolon Jr. here, a.k.a. soldier of self-mastery, philosopher of everyday victorious living. I am excited. Are you excited? Let's get excited, my friend. Let's remove all distractions. You want to do this. You want to find a quiet place, a comfortable place. Remember to grab your pad, okay? Grab your pen, because we're going to have some thoughts flowing through our central processing unit, or into our central processing unit. We're talking about the secret to real positive change. I hope you enjoyed the first video, and I'm going to touch just a little bit about what I shared, the seeds that I wanted to plant through that video about the root, right? Everything has a root. Every living thing has a root. At least I believe that. Just like trees, grass, our lives, the animals, they all have a root somewhere. Now, earlier I was doing this number, right? Come on, Santos, get to the point, man. I want you to stick with me. You're going to get something out of this micro speech. Very valuable. It's going to help you as much as it is helping me. Not just for right now, but for this journey that you're on. We are moving into uncharted waters as we move into this January, into this new year, 2018. This is a body of water. This is another body, right? It's really about transferring life into life. That's what my goal is. That's what my vision is. Transformation of life into life. Now, change, positive, real change, or creating progress, because we're really after progress, right? When you plant seeds in a garden, you want to harvest. You're after the harvest. You're not just after the work or the change, right? You're changing the ground. You're changing you've got a garden. You're manipulating the ground, the dirt. You're creating change. But what are you really after? You're really after progress. That's what you want. You want the result. You want the harvest, if you will. In order to create real change, it really isn't a secret. Number one, we talked about this already, so I'm not going to put too much emphasis on this. You have to be completely determined. Your mind has to be made up that this is exactly what it is that you want. You have to be in agreement with yourself. You have to basically kind of create a verbal and a mental contract with yourself. You want change. and you are going to change. Okay, number one, that has to be a foundation. So we're going to get into step 2 and 3 here. What's important now once you've made that commitment, right? I live by core values. I live by philosophies. I'm working on myself every single day as I try and communicate my message out, because I have a goal. My goal is to transform 1 million plus lives this year. What do you do, Santos? I help you reach your highest potential in 4 key areas: health, wealth, relationships, and impact. All of those areas, that's what we really want. That's what you're really looking for. Now, change can be very frightening. It can be very difficult. If you focus on that, that's exactly what it's going to be. I choose to focus on the positives. Now, change for you obviously is going to be a lot different than it has been for me. You have to know what it is that you want to change also, right? Once you make a decision, wouldn't it be nice if you can just wave a magic wand and say abracadabra and change your entire being in one foul swoop? Is that possible? Could it be possible that you can just say abracadabra and change your life in one foul swoop? Well, I believe there's some truth to that. You see, I'm a person of imagination. I'm a person of creativity. I believe that anything is possible. If you can think it, if you can imagine it in your mind, it's possible. It can become real. Now, of course, change and creating process is a journey, right? It is a journey that you and I are on. And it is a journey. I wrote a few things here. Life is a journey full of pits, hills, deadly creatures, twists and turns. You have to make decisions. There's a lot of things that you have to do on this journey called life. And you're the captain of your ship. Okay? Your life is like a ship. We talked about it being like a tree, right? Got to get at the roots. Our behaviors, patterns of thinking create our lifestyle, our experiences. I have a friend who goes by the name of Coach Travis. I picked up one of his phrases. He talks about that your life, your lifestyle, the things that you do, they stem from experiences, right? You are who you are today because of the experiences that you've had in the past. And all of that has to do with the way that your brain is operating, the software that is in your brain. Now, a lot of people do struggle with change because they're afraid of the unknown, and they're also afraid of the known. With change comes great responsibility, greater power. That should not be something that you should be focusing on, or fear, right? Fear, greater power, greater responsibility, different experiences. That's what's going to make your life explosive. That's what you're after. You're after these things. Now, you may not realize it because you've been so stuck in this lifestyle that basically is not producing any energy for you. And as I said earlier, my goal is to transfer what I have, to transfer it into your life. But I'm not going to change you. I can't change you. I can't help you to think differently. I am, when it comes to change, I am limited. You have to make the decision that you are going to take what is being presented. You're going to have to eat the food that is being presented to you. You're going to have to eat it. You are going to have to eat it. You're going to have to pick up the fork and the spoon. You're going to have to pick up the glass. You are going to have to drink the water. You are going to have to eat the food. You are the one that determines whether change takes place in your life. I'm a catalyst. I'm an igniter. I'm just an agent or a conduit. I said earlier that life is a journey full of pits, hills, deadly creatures. I like to talk about the scorpions because they're all around us and they're constantly trying to sting. And boy, those stings hurt. They do hurt. What am I talking about? Addictions, gambling, alcoholism, pornography, prostitution, overeating, too much social media, too much TV, too much entertainment, too much of the wrong relationships. Those are all patterns or lifestyle habits that we have that stem from beliefs, software that we are operating. The key to change, the secret to change, the secret to progress is to get into the roots and change the software that you're operating with. I'm going back a little bit. That is completely determined. That is completely determined upon you. If you're ready, the teacher will appear. When the student is ready, the teacher will appear. Right? The struggle in the beginning is determination. Do or die. I want it. We want to manhandle. We want to overcome the scorpions, the vultures, and we want to plant great seed in the garden of our mind. Right? You want to have a great future. It's 2018. Who wants to continue doing the same old bullshit? Right? You get tired of it. You do. It begins to smell. It begins to pile up. I said this in a post that I was so full of crap years back. I could smell it, but I didn't know it was me. LOL. So the secondary part of this equation is analyzing, right? You got to go through some deep analyzing. Most people don't know how to create change because they really don't know what it is that they need to change. If you don't know what it is that you need to change or what it is that you want to change, you're not going to think about change. Right? You got to have a starting point. Sometimes you got to dig really deep. And you got to take time to think about where you are at. Obviously, if you don't like where you are at, you already know that you need to change. Why are you struggling? Why are you still doing the same old things? Again, we talked about roots. We talked about the root system. Now, one of the things that I highly recommend is taking notes when I'm sharing my micro speeches, because you must write down the moment that you know exactly what it is that you want. Take, for instance, we've been talking about gambling. You want to create a positive habit, right? How are you going to create a positive habit? You got to identify what that positive habit is that you want to create. You have to know deep in your subconscious, in your brain, in the hippopotamus or the hippocampus of your brain, in your spirit, in your bowels. You have to know that that's exactly what it is. And you have to start there. You can't wave a magic wand and say abracadabra and everything. Now, one decision, one emotional, dynamic, impactful decision that you make will change your life. It'll set you on a whole different course. It'll change your trajectory, right? You're going this way, you make a change, make a decision, and then next thing you know, you're going your way. You go back 6 months, or you go, and your life is, I'm amazed at myself. I really am. Not to brag, but I'm amazed at how far I've come and where I've come from. It's almost, when I look at myself in the mirror and I do my positive mirror talks, I look at myself eyeball to eyeball and I talk to myself. It's amazing what I see today. It is totally mind-boggling, the mindset that I have today, the imagination, and I've had help. I have coaches in my life. I'm not ashamed to say that. I've had help. I have books. I do a lot of writing. People say, well, if I want to change my life, I don't have to write anything down. I don't have to really sit down and think. Well, then you're not ready for change. You're really not ready for change. When you're ready for change, I'll tell you, you'll know it. Because it's do or die. It is do or die. And you're going to be willing to sit down and analyze. Or you're going to be willing to take on and hire a coach or a consultant or a therapist. Now, there is a difference between those three offices. Me personally, I would prefer a coach. There's books, there's videos, and I'll get into a little bit more probably in another video of some of the rituals, how I began to become creative and invent my own rituals that help me accelerate my growth, using technology, using a paper, using pen, using my own canvas, I create a cocoon. I call it a cocoon today. An environment that you can slip into when you're away from everything else. And that cocoon helps you to re-energize your focus. That cocoon helps you to imprint the right software or optimize the paradigms that you're holding in this wonderful gift called the human brain. And I'm telling you that the human brain is a phenomenal. It is. I was listening to Dr. Bob Proctor last night, taking some notes and just thinking about what he was talking about. When you get to the place where you're living in a perpetual state of imagination every single day, it's like a snowball that's rolling down the hill, becoming a huge boulder, and it just keeps going and going and taking on momentum and just becoming bigger and bigger and bigger. That's your life. That's the power of your brain that you have. You can create change. Once you begin creating change one area, the next one becomes easier, the next one becomes easier, and you look forward to change. You look forward to the challenges. You look forward to pushing yourself. And along with change comes learning new skills, right? Learning to become more valuable. Jim Rohn talks about bringing value to the marketplace. Now, I'm getting a little bit extended here. Anthony Robbins talks about that. You gotta immerse yourself, right? What do I mean by immersion? You gotta be willing to get in all the way. You gotta be willing to get in. Whatever it is that you're doing, it's do or die. It's do or die, my friend. So, I know that was a long explanation of analyzation and digging deep to find what it is that you want. But once you know what you want, you got to write it down. It's got to be written down, and that whatever it is that you write down, you might make some changes to it as time goes on, but ultimately that's going to be your fuel. That's going to be the launching pad. That is going to be the catalyst that's going to help you see forward, because you always want to start with the end in mind. See, you don't want to go towards the end. You want to bring the end, right? You want to actually pull yourself into the end, or bring that end into your life. And believe me, your creativity, your imagination, this supercomputer that the master of the universe has given you will give you the ideas in order for you to reach that destination. It will happen, because along this journey you're going to develop belief, you're going to develop more confidence. It's all part of skills, it's all part of value. And there's something else that I want to read here. Actually, there's two more things I want to read before I finish up here. Okay? Just a couple of ideas to help you think about where you're at right now. Limit your time on social media and do the most important things like writing, thinking, and journaling. Learn to practice visualization. Again, these are core values, these are principles that I live by every single day. I don't do them every single day because I don't need to, but I do practice them in different forms. Practice seeing yourself doing the things that you want, the type of income that you want to earn, the type of habits that you want to develop. Don't focus on the negatives. Focus on the positives. Practice really listening. Listening is enlightening. When you practice listening, you will get wiser. I'm going to say that again. Practice listening. Practice to perfect the art of listening, because that will make you wiser. Challenge yourself to be completely consciously aware of your speech, your thought. Learn to practice control of your thoughts. I'm going to read one of I've got about 80 of these. Okay? And we're going to be finishing here. I didn't expect this video to go as long as it has, but it is what it is. No apologies this time. Number 56 of my philosophies. Look for some discovery shift every day, if possible, moment by moment. And be excited when you see it. I want to thank you for spending time with me here in this secret to real positive change or progress. Maybe I should just put progress in it. But before you can create progress, there has to be a change. Identify what it is that you want. One thing that you want. Don't worry about anything else. Don't be concerned about others. Don't be concerned about, just sit down and dig deep. Write down that one thing. Write it down. Get it on paper so that you can study it, because that's going to be your direction. If you need help doing these things, like I said, I suggest getting a coach. I do offer my services. There's going to be links below in the description area. You're welcome to private message me. You're welcome to email me, connect with me. I will encourage you to subscribe to my email list so that you can get periodic updates and emails that will help you steer your ship, right? Your ship through these uncharted waters that you're going through. 2018 is uncharted waters. And well, I would encourage you to watch these videos. Watch this video 5, 10, watch it 20 times if you have to. If that's what it takes for you to begin the process of building belief in yourself, do it. Do it. Don't question it. Just do it. You want real change? You want progress, you want success, you want wealth, like I said, you want health, you want wealth, you want better relationships, you want to make an impact in your own life, in your family, in your community, in your world. That's the way to do it. Remember, it's all about transfer of life into life. So the links will be below. If you're interested in drinking some, well, let me say, you should be pouring healthy water into your vital organs and your body and your cells, right? Because you need to refresh them. A lot of the water that we're drinking, a lot of this filtered water out there is pure trash, to be honest with you. Take some, and I'll have the link below. These two products that I'm talking about here, green products, maybe I'll get into where they're coming from. This is green product. They're natural, plant-based. Actually, they come from the ocean floor. I'm not going to get into that. There's only three areas in the world where these products are cultivated from. We get it from, I believe it's either the #1 or the #2 place on planet Earth. And there's only a couple of places. So this will make a difference in your life. It'll also make a difference for your central processing unit. That's why I talk about health. Health is so important in your change, because it's going to give you the power to make lifelong lasting progress, and it's going to give you energy. So with that said, remember to subscribe, like, and share. I will see you on my very next video. There's going to be a #3, and there's probably going to be a #4. Remember to make every single day a super fantastic, terrific, over the top day, daily, in spite of and because of. This is Santos Rolon Jr. once again, philosopher of everyday victorious living, in the trenches with you. I believe in you. You can do this, my friend. It takes a decision. I'll see you at the top on my very next video. Peace.